What's up everyone? My name is Evan Smith and this is what's in my bag. First off, we're starting with putting putters. Right now I have two different putting putters. This is the P2 and D-Line Flex 2s. These are P2s, D-Line Flex 3s. Right now I'm putting with the Flex 3s, but I have both sets in my bag just for kind of a different feel, to shake it up a little bit and so that I can practice anytime, anywhere with multiple putters. Typically I only carry two when I'm playing on tour though. Alright, so for throwing putters, right now I have my two popcorns. This one's a little bit more understable of a disc. This one is just your classic point and shoot popcorn. You can put on any type of angle and it'll just hold the angle. This one will hyzer flip just a little bit. I actually got this one from the fire department in Chapel Hill, so shout out to those guys. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. For my overstable slot, I have the Mint. This one's a little bit flat. I use it for forehands. I like a flat or a concave kind of feel for my forehands typically. This one's a little bit domier and I like it a lot for backhands. Any type of, headwind or whatever, it shouldn't flip in it. If it does, it was typically you, not the disc. So either that or you're playing in way too strong of winds. So, all right. So for mid ranges, I have the Petra from Yeet Street. This one's a really good just point, shoot, hyzer flip, mid range. You don't have to put a lot of power on it in order for it to go pretty far. I typically throw this one for turnover shots. Just start it out on just a little bit of hyzer and it'll flip up to flat and just drift to the right. Not really burning out ever, but it's great in the woods. Great anytime you need it for a left to right moving shot. I have two berries up next. This one is the new Swirl plastic from Clash. It's a little bit more stable than your typical steady berry. This is probably my go-to mid-range right now. It's again point shoot. You can put it on hyzer, it'll hold the hyzer. It might flip up just like a little bit if there's a bit of a headwind, or you can put on an Annie and it'll hold the Annie the entire way. Same thing for this one. This one's just a bit more drastic with its flip. So, all right, up next I have my fairway drivers. So first off is this Athena. It's been in my bag for on and off for probably about a year now, a year and a half. It's really nice hyzer flip disc to turn. It's great in the woods, great on control shots. I can throw it probably 60 to 70% power and get it just to hold that turn the entire way. Go about anywhere from 360 to 390 on a pretty nice turnover line. This next one is a Paul Macbeth Athena. Again, a little bit of a hyzer flip, but this one's a little bit straighter so I can get on it a little bit more. This one will go anywhere from 380 to 400 on that nice hyzer flip line. If I just throw it flat, it'll hold that turn the entire way. This blue one in here, I'm trying to break in, trying to learn. It's in my bag because I need to work on my fairway driver shots. So that's why I have an extra one in my bag right now. And this one's my stable one. If you can call an Athena overstable, that's what this would be. I can hit it flat. I can even hit it on a little bit of Annie and it'll kind of fight out of it at the very end, obviously depending on how hard I hit it or like what the wind's doing. But this one would be the one that I would call overstable if an Athena is overstable. This next disc isn't necessarily a fairway driver. It's my PD. Okay, it's a 10 speed. Yes, I know it's a distance driver. It feels like a fairway driver in my hands. It goes the same distance as my Athenas. That's why I include it in this slot. This one's my flex backhand or hyzer backhand that I need with a distance driver. Typically goes anywhere, I can control it from 360 to about 400, 410, depending on the shot shape that I throw with it. It's a really nice disc. You can throw it in any type of wind. These two discs are my forehand discs. First off, I have the FD3. I throw this one for my flex forehands. Earlier this year on tour, I've had, I think, like 2 or 3 eagles with it. And this is what I got my ace with at Northwood. So, love this disc. Shout out to Silas Schultz for giving it to me. So, yeah. Ginger from Clash Disc is a great forehand disc. It's pretty flat. If you get on it, it can go up to 330, 340. If you flex it, it can go even further than that. But just a great disc. This is my go-to forehand disc. My ideal forehand shot is just a flat shot, not necessarily a flex shot. So that's why I love the Ginger. Here are my distance drivers. The first one is my most overstable one. It's a P2 Skystone. This disc is a workhorse. You throw it on any angle and it will always hyzer. Yeah, I love it in the wind. You can throw it. It doesn't go super far. It only goes up to like 420 feet or something like that. But you can wail on it and it'll kind of just dump at the end no matter what. The next 3 are all destroyers. This Star Destroyer is Pollockbeth 4-time destroyer. This is my distance shot, hyzer flip to turn, and just hold the turn and flex out at the very end. Yeah, this is what, if I have nothing in the way, this is what I'm going to be throwing for distance. These two are very similar. This one's a little bit flippier. These are Calvin destroyers. I think they're 2021 Calvin destroyers. I like throwing them in the wind. I can throw them basically any angle, any shot that's over 400 feet. This is typically what I'm throwing. Yeah, so that's what I have in my bag. Thank you for following along 2024. I hope the rest of the season goes well. Thanks for any support. Big shout out to Yeet Street Discs, Clash Discs, Peterman Realty, and Tacky Sacks for making this season happen.